Oh, the mini fighters like you. I thought that was
go for it. Go on,
yeah, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it. You're the one that started that shit.
Go on, you go for it.
Well, I suppose that's a chow. What? You want some? And you grip him up and you say what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
No, you can't grab me like that.
And Conor Benn are now officially set to fight each other in April in London, according to Eubank. However, this fight has a long and complicated history. It was originally scheduled for October 8, 2022. At that time, the storyline was deeply rooted in legacy. Their fathers, Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank Sr., were legendary rivals in the 1990s. Their feud produced two classic bouts. Eubank stopped Benn in the 9th round of their 1990 war, and they fought to a controversial draw in 1993, a result many believed should have gone in Benn's favor. A trilogy. Fight between the two fathers was long discussed but never materialized. Nigel Benn never got official revenge, and their rivalry simmered long after retirement. The animosity largely came from Nigel Benn, who saw Eubank Sr. as arrogant and pompous, perfect ingredients for a compelling narrative. When the sons were set to fight in 2022, it was seen as a continuation of that unfinished business. It wasn't about titles, it was about legacy. Though Chris Eubank Jr. was a natural middleweight and Conor Benn a welterweight, the fight drew massive interest due to the backstory. The build-up wasn't especially personal. Most of the drama centered around generational expectations. Conor Benn rising without his father's help, while Eubank Jr. trained in the shadow of his famous dad. But the fight was dramatically canceled just days before it was scheduled when Conor Benn failed a drug test. The fallout was intense. Media backlash, public criticism, license suspension, and legal wrangling followed. Now in 2025, the fight is back on, but the narrative has shifted. It's no longer just about fathers, it's about redemption, controversy, and bad blood. Eubank Jr. moved on with his career, suffered a knockout loss to Liam Smith, then avenged it and added another stoppage win. Benn, meanwhile, has spent 2 years trying to prove his innocence. He returned in the U.S. with 2 comeback fights above welterweight, but failed to impress, going the distance in both. Benn's power has come under scrutiny. Did he lose his edge without PEDs, or is he simply not a natural at higher weights? Meanwhile, Benn resents how Eubank Jr. handled the controversy, accusing him of painting him as a villain and capitalizing on the situation. That resentment has become fuel. This time, the fight feels personal. Benn's recent interviews, in which he plays the tough guy and lashes out, have only added to the animosity. Once considered a hyped second-generation boxer, Benn is now viewed by many fans as the most hated man in British boxing, due both to the failed drug test and his increasingly abrasive public persona. The whole drug cheat saga has made Conor Benn's behavior almost inexcusable in the eyes of most.
We want to go in a career. This is a sidestep. Let's get him in.
Keep that energy, Eddie. Keep the energy.
I think he's just approaching. I can't see him, but I can see his team.
You can't see him. You're not seeing that big
Oh, there he is. Can we make this fight happen right now?
No, well, I want to have him come here right now.
It's good to see how he looks at 160.
Hey, Chris, don't fuck up the bag, son. Don't fuck up the bag. Don't fuck up the bag. Yeah, don't fuck up the bag.
What you up on the damn phone?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I like that.
Like what?
Like
what? You're lucky you're fine. Tomorrow, fuck you up right now.
Yeah. You see, this guy comes in when I'm cutting weight.
Oh, comes in when he comes. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight.
Yeah, you get in that ring.
Yeah, what? Get in that ring. I'll get in that ring and fucking give it to you.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, mate.
We'll see.
You're fucking lucky you're fighting tomorrow.
You'll see.
You're lucky, mate.
We'll see.
Get your hand off me.
No, it's okay. Let him come close, man. I like this. I like this energy. I like this energy.
Yeah, what, you like, get off me.
Yeah, you're a kid. You're a kid.
Hey, you're a kid, yeah, kid that's gonna fuck you up. Yeah, kid that's gonna fuck you up. Yeah.
Watch what happens.
Yeah, watch what happens.
Yeah.
Dead boy walking, yeah?
You're a pussy.
Dead boy walking, yeah? Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky you're fighting tomorrow and I need you to win.
Okay.
Yeah, you're lucky, so I'll give you a good ass being in front of 60,000. That's what's gonna happen. 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 I'll be there tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow night then. I'll see you tomorrow night then. Arrogant prick. Yeah, get the fuck now. You get out of it. You get out of it.
What did you see in his eyes there, Conor?
He's a fucking pussy. That's what he is.
Did you want to stick it on him there out of respect for him fighting tomorrow night? Is that why you didn't?
I'm doing a fucking interviews.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Conor.
Eddie, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Edward.
Thank you.
What happened there?
Fans. Personally, some fans admit they don't hate Conor Benn, nor do they have a strong opinion on whether he's been using PEDs his whole career. There are arguments both ways, and while some find his recent behavior amusing, others view it as cringeworthy and arrogant, especially given his privileged background. Things escalated when Benn confronted Eubank Jr. backstage before Eubank's fight against Germetto on the Bivol Boazzi undercard in June. The moment was widely criticized. Benn appeared to be forcing the tough guy act, aggressively calling out Eubank, despite being the reason the original fight was canceled due to his own drug test scandal. To make matters worse, some fans felt the confrontation was staged or opportunistic, given that Eubank was depleted from making weight. Many accused Benn and Eddie Hearn of orchestrating an ambush for promo purposes. In post-confrontation interviews, Benn doubled down on his victim narrative, claiming Eubank had attacked his character.
And the way he's played his cards over the past 2 years with the situation, when he knows it ain't the truth. You know, but he's clever enough to push that narrative. But cool, if you want to push that narrative and you want to lap up and, you know, use my pain as an expense to play the card you want to play, no, I don't think it's. You think I'm going to be cool about that? You think I'm going to be sweet about that? You know, when he's just using my pain as clout. Nah, it ain't on.
Yeah, you know, now that you have this chance, you know, break down that narrative, you know, the narrative that he's painted out. You know, what do you make of that, and what's your response to what he said about all that?
The narrative that he never knew about the situation that was going on before the fight. The fact that no one knows he, you know, played the card that old poor him. When he knew about it, all he cared about was the fight going ahead. He knew months before the fight. And all he was cared about was the fight going ahead. And then he's put a post there saying, Conor never told me, no one ever told. I called him up personally off my phone in tears, saying, Chris, I'm sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. And then he wanted to use that when I really struggled to do that, have that phone call. You know, so listen, don't play that card then. You know, don't claim I never done this and never done that when I've gone out my way out of respect for you to do something for you, to tell you, to be honest with you, to be transparent. And then play that card and then, you know, try blackmail me for £1 million before the weigh-in.
So during his lowest point. Yet Benn's shifting persona, from playing the emotional victim to trying to be a menacing bad boy, struck many fans as disingenuous. The inconsistency has led to comparisons with Tyson Fury's erratic public image. While vulnerability in sports is acceptable, fans struggle to take Benn seriously when he alternates between tearful interviews about mental health and overly aggressive taunts. Given the unresolved PED controversy, many see his recent behavior as entitled and performative. The night after the initial backstage incident, Benn entered the ring post-fight after Eubank's victory over Camille Jarrah. That exchange, complete, with Benn speaking Spanish for dramatic effect, was widely mocked and seen as further proof of his cringeworthy self-promotion. Regardless of where fans stand on the issue, one thing is certain. Conor Benn is currently one of the most talked about.
This clip's going to be very compromised. I've overly edited it to bypass copyright. I've tried over and over again to push the boundary of copyright, but I'm going to put the clip in for the flow of the video, but if you can't stand the overly edited version, then just skip through it and go find the interview or go find the confrontation elsewhere afterwards. And I'm sure most of you have seen it already, but yeah, I'm just going to put it in just to keep the flow of the video.
You know, I've seen fighters get into the ring to call out guys after a fight. I've never seen one get in quite that fast. Usually you wait for the referee to say he's won it.
As it is, to build the fight, you have to get it. You have to talk about it.
He said, let's do a face-off. He goes, come on then.
I smell it. What are you going to do about it? I smell good. Yeah, you look shit in there. You can't fight me like that. You get done in 3 rounds. 3 rounds. Put your money on it. 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 I'll take you.
And Conor Benn wasting no time starting the hype for their showdown. All right, so you talk about what's next. I think what's next, hop in the ring before this fight was even over. Conor Benn.
Speaking of easy work, look who we got here, baby. This is the fight everyone wants to see, huh? Yeah. I'm not cutting weight now. Now I'm 168, 170. There ain't no pushing me around now, son. I want you next. We're here, let's do it. I'm so scared. Ooh. After that performance, you think I'm worried? I was having fun in there. I was having fun. Cut by a headbutt. Got cut by a headbutt, but you know, it's nothing. My boy, and we're coming for you, baby. We're going to get some more of that Cucurocho Campeón money, baby. Baby. Pero yo estoy listo. Podemos ir ahora si quieres, cabrón. Vamos. I don't speak Spanish. Translate. Yeah, easy work. I ain't worried. I'll jump up 2 weight divisions. I ain't going to be no weight, but I'll fight you at middleweight. Okay, I ain't concerned. What, you think you could beat me off the back of that? Sign the
on
contract.
My worst day.
Sign the contract.
On my worst day.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see.
Tell Conor Sheikh, His Excellency, let's get the fight done.
It's not good, though.
Yeah, I know it's not good. It's Christian Dior.
Smell that. You reek of fear out here, man.
Yeah, no one's scared of that, bro. No one's scared of that, man. No one's scared of that.
You're putting on a brave face.
What are you going to do about it?
No, I don't need anything. I just did my job.
I know you ain't going to
sign the contract, then we'll see what happens.
Let's get it done. I'll fool you tonight.
Okay, let's get it done.
All right, well, congratulations, Conor. We'll set you guys face off. Hopefully, we get that fight next.
Look, I'm not even going to say nothing in it. You lot just leave your comments down below about that confrontation. Oh, actually as well, that same night there was the whole thing about Conor stealing Devin Haney's seat.
Where's Haney? Where is he? Haney, where are ya? Puss. Where are ya? Listen, not being funny, Haney was supposed to be here, so was Eubank. Where are they? We can have it now.
And most polarizing, figures in British boxing. And that makes this upcoming fight with Eubank Jr. all the more explosive. Let's talk about what went down before the Eubank-Benn fight was even over. Conor Benn wasted no time stepping into the ring, barking out that it was easy work, and taunting Eubank Jr. with lines like, "Look who we got here, baby. This is the fight everyone wants to see, huh?" Benn, walking around at 168-170 pounds, was trying to flex, saying there was no pushing me around now, son. Eubank not backing down.
I want to smash that Satsuma head-looking geezer. Eubank, at 160. His big Satsuma head. Just want to...
Can't see him. You not seen that big Satsuma?
Oh, there he is.
As soon as I land that big right hand on that big head of his, that big Satsuma head, it's fucking massive. You seen the size of it? And as for you, Chris, you big Satsuma head, I'm going to splatter it all over the canvas.
It's the WBC world title, or it's Satsuma head over there. I've agreed to Barrios, I've agreed to Eubank. So whether it's WBC world title or Satsuma head,
I just can't wait to get in there and splatter his Satsuma head all over the canvas.
there's loads of options. Obviously, you've got Ryan Garcia, Haney, Javon Palumpa. You know, you got Javon Palumpa and Devin the Dream Puss Haney. You know, Haney, if Garcia, if Javon Palumpa, if they want to come up to 147, you know, they're 140, someone cut to 147 and challenge me for the world title, then, you know, that's fine.
Well, apparently, I've heard through the grapevine, Javon Palumpa can't get on a roller coaster still. I'd even do a catch weight with Javon Palumpa at 143. And then you got Queen Ryan. Yeah. And then you got Javon Palumpa. No, I like Teo. Yeah. Haney, Queen Ryan. Sorry, let me start again. Puss Haney, Queen Ryan, and Javon Palumpa. Any of them three can get it.
The likes of Queen Ryan, Haney, and Javon Palumpa.
Down, calmly responded that he wasn't scared, especially not after the performance he had just delivered. He downplayed the headbutt that caused his cut and stayed focused, repeating that he's ready and wants the contract signed. Conor, meanwhile, kept up the trash talk, saying he'd move up to weight divisions if necessary. It was wild back-and-forth energy in the ring. Pure promo gold.
Is that a fight? Yeah, of course I would fight him. Yeah. How does it go? You tell me. You tell me.
Won't work on me. You know.
We'll see. That's what they all say, but somehow I find the target every time.
Don't be talking shit in my city.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Come on now. Come on now.
Talking shit in my city.
You know how it is. Your city? Your city?
In my city.
You don't think I'm gonna hit you with that left hook?
No.
Many fighters like you. I thought that was strong. Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it. You're the one that started that shit.
Go on, you go for it.
Ryan, before you go, can you just give us a reaction to that bit with Conor Benn?
Classic Conor Benn. It was fun.
You think you beat him?
Yeah, of course.
How does it end?
I knock him out. He's a little too jittery. Is this our car?
Let's be real. Most fans saw right through the theatrics. Online reactions lit up with people calling out Conor Benn for being all bark and no bite, especially given the past PED controversy. One major point of fan backlash was Benn calling Eubank Satsuma Head in interviews. The nickname, intended as an insult, just came off odd, especially since Benn mispronounces Satsuma and keeps doubling down on it. That night, Benn also stirred drama by apparently stealing Devin Haney's moment, trying to make himself the center of attention again. He's gone full throttle on the anyone-can-get-it gimmick in his interviews, throwing nicknames and shade left and right. He even had a nickname for Haney, adding to his WWE-style character arc. One more recent moment really fueled the conversation: Conor Benn's confrontation with Ryan Garcia at the Ring Awards. That clip pushed many fans over the edge. Despite Garcia being a polarizing figure himself, with his own recent controversies, the crowd was clearly on his side. Benn came across as confrontational, forced, and out of touch. Garcia, to his credit, handled the situation with class, while Benn delivered a line straight out of a bad movie. "Don't be talking in my city." The internet had a field day. UK fans especially found it hilarious. That phrase is pure American trash talk and doesn't translate well at all. It felt like Benn was trying too hard to cosplay as a bad boy. If you're wondering whether people really hate Conor Benn right now, just scroll through the comments under any of his recent interviews. Fans aren't mincing words. This isn't narrative crafting. It's the overwhelming sentiment across the board. His behavior post-drug scandal, the forced bravado, the awkward insults, it's all added up. Especially when you consider London isn't even his city like that. The guy grew up in Marbella in Australia thanks to his dad's riches. He's lived a comfy life, bruv, and that's why it's just kind of hilarious hearing him say things like, "Don't come to my city." Like, bro, what city? Now. Yeah, to be fair, Conor Benn was the one who started on Ryan Garcia in that Ring Magazine Awards confrontation. But to play devil's advocate, and I'm not defending him, just being real, Ryan Garcia did say some things to Conor in a Twitter space about 8 months back. So there's that. Anyway, there's loads of other interviews where Conor Benn's behavior has been under scrutiny lately. I'm not going to go through all of them, but one that stood out was that recent Boxing King Media interview with Dev Sani. Conor literally crashes the thing and starts feeding off the awkwardness. Dev's not a fighter, he's just a presenter. So yeah, again, objectively muggy behavior from Conor. But honestly, I was laughing watching it. Maybe that makes me a mug too. But it is what it is. Now circling this back to where we started, Conor Benn trying to act like his dad. Nigel Benn was a certified hardman, no doubt. Served in the army, wild brawler in the ring, lived a crazy lifestyle in between fights. And yeah, Conor has clearly tried to emulate some of that. Thing is, Nigel's persona came across as organic. The tough guy stuff wasn't an act, it was just who he was. Conor, on the other hand, is trying to force this whole madman persona, and fans just aren't buying it. They know he grew up privileged. they can smell the performance a mile off, and rightly or wrongly, it makes him look fake and cringe, especially compared to someone like Eubank Jr., who, love him or hate him, just comes off as himself. Well-spoken, bit arrogant, but authentic, and this is where it gets proper ironic. There's this old narrative, even pushed by Nigel Benn and Frank Warren, that Chris Eubank Sr. was putting on a posh act back in the day, while Nigel was the real deal. But now, look at their sons. Both Conor and Eubank Jr. were raised, well off, went to private schools, all of that, yet it's Conor trying to act like he's from the trenches. And it's backfiring massively. Meanwhile, Chris Eubank Jr. has just stayed in his lane doing his usual shtick, and now, mad as it sounds, he's the fan favorite. Not because everyone suddenly loves him, but because people are just that sick of Conor Benn's antics. So now, ironically, Conor has kind of stepped into the role of Chris Eubank Sr., putting on a fake persona, and Eubank J.